Okay, so today we're looking at something really interesting. It's based on a new report from McKinsey called Agents, Robots, and Us. And it gets right to the heart of how our skills are going to have to partner with AI, not in some distant future, but like right now.
Let's just rip the Band-Aid off and ask the question that's on literally everyone's mind. Will AI take your job? You hear about this stuff, and it's a totally valid fear, right?
But here's the thing. This report says that's actually the wrong way to think about it. The real story here, well, it's not about us being replaced. It's about a new kind of partnership.
And we're not talking about some minor tweak here. This partnership is happening on a massive scale. It's a fundamental shift in the very fabric of how work gets done. So let's kick this off with a pretty big number.
57%. Just let that sink in for a second. So what does a number like that actually mean for you, for me, for the work we do every single day?
Well, it means that 57% of all the hours we currently work in the US could be automated, using technology that already exists today. And what's really interesting is how that breaks down. You've got 44% that could be handled by AI agents, we'll get to what those are in a sec, and another 13% by robots doing physical stuff. But look at that other big chunk. 43% of work, that's still going to be led by people.
So what are these agents and robots? The best way to think about them is as your new AI teammates. Seriously, the agents are like your digital coworkers. They're handling the non-physical stuff, crunching data, drafting emails, that kind of thing. And the robots are exactly what you'd think, tackling the physical jobs, whether that's in a warehouse or on a factory floor.
Okay, so we've got this new team, people, agents, and robots. But what does that actually look like in the real world across all the different jobs we do? Let's take a look at this whole new workforce landscape.
The report lays out 7 kind of like job archetypes. On one end, you have roles that are super people-centric. Think nurses, firefighters. On the other end, you've got agent-centric or robot-centric jobs, like an accountant or a welder. But honestly, the most interesting part is right there in the middle. These are the hybrid roles, where people are working hand-in-hand with AI. Like imagine a teacher using an AI agent to whip up personalized lesson plans for every single student. That's the sweet spot.
So you can see how this collaboration is going to look different depending on what you do. It really makes you stop and think, right? Where does your job fit in all of this? Are you mostly working with people, or are you maybe already in one of these new hybrid roles?
Now, seeing all this doesn't mean your skills are suddenly useless, not at all. It just means they're going to have to evolve.
And believe me, the demand for one skill in particular it's exploding. We're talking 7 times growth in just 2 years. That is way faster than any other skill they're seeing in job postings in the US. It's wild.
And that skill? It's called AI fluency. And let's be super clear, this is not about learning to code. You don't have to be a software engineer. It's about knowing how to use and manage these AI tools, how to make them part of your team and your workflow. It's like you're the conductor of the orchestra, the human guide for your new AI teammates.
So which skills are changing the most? It's kind of like a seesaw. On one side, you have the really repetitive, data-heavy stuff, things like invoicing, data entry, even some coding languages like SQL. Those are highly exposed to automation, but on the other side of the seesaw, the uniquely human skills, coaching, negotiation, leadership, those are actually becoming more valuable than ever.
And here's the cool part. Our core skills aren't just vanishing, they're adapting. So if you're a writer, maybe an AI agent spits out a first draft, but you are the one who refines it, adds the nuance, the real storytelling. If you're a manager, you're not bogged down in scheduling anymore. Let an agent do that. Instead, you're spending your time actually coaching and leading your team, which now happens to include both humans and AI.
And this all leads to a really, really important point. The true game changer here isn't about just automating one little task here and there. It's about completely rethinking entire workflows from start to finish.
Yeah, the report itself says it perfectly. You want to unlock the big productivity gains from AI? You got to reimagine workflows, not just chip away at individual tasks. That right there, that's the whole key.
So how much value are we talking about when we get this right? It's a staggering number, $2.9 trillion. That's the potential value that could be unlocked just in the US by 2030. That's the prize on the table. So let's make this real. What does a redesigned workflow actually look like? Okay, take sales. Instead of the salesperson doing everything, you have an AI agent that figures out the best leads. Then another agent drafts personalized outreach messages. A third one even schedules the calls. And what does this do? It frees up the human sales specialist to do what only they can do.
build real relationships, use their intuition, and close the big deals. It's a perfect example of this partnership in action.
Look, this all sounds amazing, right? But it's not just going to happen by itself. This kind of huge transformation, it takes real vision, real leadership. So the big question is, how do we lead this transition the right way?
The report actually leaves us with some really critical questions for anyone in a leadership position. Are you building a culture where it's okay to experiment and learn? Are you actually training your managers to lead these new kinds of hybrid teams? And maybe most important of all, are you giving your people clear paths to grow their skills and find their place in this new world?
And we have to ask these questions because this isn't science fiction. This isn't some 10-year forecast we can ignore. This partnership between people, agents, and robots, it's already happening. It's taking shape right now.
Which really brings everything down to one final, very personal question. Your new AI teammate is ready to go. The real question is, are you?